Hey folks, Doc Rotoball here. April 24th, 2026. Rotoball Patch Compound. Main patch. We're going to tell you where we're at today and what we're doing today. Today's planting day. That's pretty exciting. It's early, probably about 10:30 or so. Stella's at school, so my grow partner's not here to help. She's getting smarter by the minute, hopefully. I'll put her to work this evening, I guarantee you that, and she's a good little worker. But for now, let's talk about these couple huts here and what we're gonna do with them. Staying at the top of the key, hut number 1 and hut number 2 down there. Got the Wyze camera. I can watch this live feed, Wi-Fi, anywhere in the world. Get you one, like 30 bucks, maybe 40 tops. No subscription fee. The main patch, Mercy, she's dry, guys. I wish we get some rain. I'm doing my rain dance. Of course, tomorrow's supposed to rain. Big soccer tournament for Solomon. I'm gonna rain that out. That's all we gotta do. We either take the doors off the Jeep, number 1, or have a big soccer tournament outside, number 2. You're gonna get some rain. Inside this hut, old Dawn sitting there. 2144.5 Dawn Barron. This is where she's gonna live, hut 1. Everything's hooked up, fully operational. Got the fan running, the windows cracked open, heater's obviously off. Everything's controlled by heat sensors. See a little probe running? That right there runs a Inkbird switch, kicking things on and off, keeping this automated to where I just walk out here and smile at my pretty plants, throw some water on them. That's what you want to do. You don't want to have to be out here babysitting it. You don't want things burning up on you. Automation's amazing. And you can check it on your phone. All these Wyze products, Inkbird and Wyze. Little guy sitting on the table. That's made by Govee, actually. Yeah, Govee. And I can look at that on an app. The Inkbird thermostatic control with a sensor. It runs the fans. Ceramic heater has an internal temperature. Keep this hot hut nice. But Dawn goes in today. We're going to talk about what Dawn gets when Dawn goes in. Into the hole, we've got a few products that's going to go there, either in liquid form or just toss it in. Good old Ron Wallace starter pack. There's a little hole down below the main hole. And that should be about where my first tap is, with any luck. Yeah, whether it helps or not, it's there. And there's one for right at the main plant. There'll be a little bit of fibrous roots early on, but I tell you what, this plant will outpace that little Ron pack and it'll be over there in a matter of about 3 weeks. So whether or not these help a whole lot, I know they help for my tomatoes, and I'm glad to put them in on a pumpkin or two. And I've done it for several years, and my fruit are getting bigger. Now, what I do know absolutely helps is the BE Plus. I do the same thing in essence, not directly in the hole with it. Just take a few cups of it and just sprinkle it on the soil. That's going to go back into the hole. This stuff is biology and feed. That's what the Plus is. The BE just used to be biology, which was cool. And I liked it because I could feed it. But they added their own feed, which I'm down with. It's actually a pretty good formula. Got a little bit on old Dawn. Sorry about that, Dawn. And that's okay, because it won't burn it. This stuff is it's very neutral in the sense of not tearing things up. You can't overdo it, but you can get to the point where you have diminishing returns. So a couple cups really serves me well at my planting hole. Now, once this plant starts going, I'll start using that BE Plus for my teas. And that's where it really does work. And I've talked to Tay about that before. It's like, yeah, it's cool for this little aspect, or maybe amending, whatever. But unless you have a root rhizosphere that you can colonize with the bacteria and any type of fungus that's involved with this, then you're throwing it in dead soil. So it needs to have a living host to really help it, promote it to do well. So teas later on, when I got a big plant, the BE makes sense, and I'll use it quite frequently. My last thing is my imidacloprid. I'll water that in for corn maggots. So I'll actually put a double dose into about 2 to 3 gallons and just water the area good to keep that plant happy and healthy and keep the corn maggots from getting it and trying to attack it. That's happened to me before, and it will not happen to me again. All right, so our plant is in the ground. Old Don Barron 21 44.5, buried pretty flush, but on a raised hill. So I mounded up a little bit, and around it a circular pattern. And I've done the circular pattern for quite some time. I think I first saw Mark Clements do that circular pattern. What I've done differently is I do a circular pattern, and since I'm on a hill, I'll put some divots, and you can see my divots, and that helps me catch water. Otherwise, pour water up here, it all runs downhill. So these circular patterns, I can wash this plant and hit around it, and maybe it collects in these little pools. So a better distribution of water if you're a little bit on a slope like I am. Oh, just about got it done. Look at our little holes doing their job. Isn't that nice? Not all that water's downhill, it's around that plant. Oh, that's an awful lot of water, Doc. That's only 2 gallons. And I am in a garden. Surely that garden in this drought can soak up that water. Yeah, put a little bit around there. Who cares? Put it everywhere. It'll be fine. Hut number 2. This has got Dave Stelz in it. 2731. Also a real pretty little plant. Tickled with my starts this year. Of course, the first true leaf, your plant's going to want to run the opposite direction. So I always plant with the first true leaf away from which way I want the plant to grow. I've got my imidacloprid mixture. Looks like milk. And just to go to show you, imidacloprid is very forgiving. It's one of those things that you can overdo it and not hurt things, from my experience. I'll give them frostbite. Lethal dosages of imidacloprid. And somehow that plant continues to thrive, if you want to call that thrive. But it doesn't die, I guess is the point. So don't be scared about imidacloprid. At least I'm not. You do you. Don't care what you do. Just know that old Doc's not scared of it. We've got all of our electrical up on that table now, so Stella can just water with reckless abandon and not get electrocuted. It's pretty nice, isn't it, Stella?
Reckless abandon.
Yeah, with reckless abandon. So that's nice. We can actually get everything wet and don't have to worry about having really short outs and stuff like that. I'm gonna put a Govee smart switch on that table as well and hook up our halogen lamp. We don't have it hooked up at the moment, but it will be this evening, and we'll start putting light towards that plant. And I have my little probe running from the Inkbird there, just to make sure things don't get too hot. It'll inform me. I can keep an eye on it. I did 2 gallons in here earlier. I've been watering for 2-3 days. Stella's doing another couple gallons. We're just trying to make sure this soil has some moisture. We're going to probably plant the outside plants, the ones without huts, in the next couple days. We're waiting on rain at the moment. There's no sense in putting plants in the ground when it's so darn dry. You really just have to hammer them down. Temperature should continue to be favorable. So, and all the plants are that size or smaller. So it's not this big time crunch to get these big massive plants out. We should be okay. So our other 2 plants in the main patch, of course the 2 big plants in the huts. We'll have another one down here at the corner, and then another one down there next to the building, like regular. with 150 square foot up in the stop sign patch. And like I said, they're looking great. They're downstairs in the grow tent, waiting for their turn to come out. And in a couple days, maybe this weekend, maybe Monday. No real hurry to get them out here. That's today's video. Got our work done. 2 plants in the ground, 3 to go. We'll do that sometime next week, later this weekend. No big hurry. Waiting for rain. We're still real good and dry. Not inside the hut. Still has got that watered. I got it watered. So we're looking all right. Early season. Not a whole lot to get excited about. I do say that our starts are wonderful this year. They're nice little fat, strong, squat starts. The huts are dialed in, so we're where we need to be. We just need a little bit more rain, and we need to get to the middle of May where we have frost-free weather. Thanks for watching, everybody. Doc.
Stella.
Out.